Is the American Express Gold Card still worth it here in the middle of 2025? Well, I've got to make a keep or cancel decision in the next month or so. So I thought I'd kind of examine it and see whether or not it's worth keeping or if I need to say goodbye to the American Express Gold Card. So if you would, please hit the like and subscribe button as we look at this card together. The American Express Gold Card is the darling of the credit card community, at least with some people, because there seem to be a lot of mixed feelings about it, but it's because it is known as the food card. It has 4x multipliers, and for that you receive 4 times membership rewards points, which are some of the best points and miles in the credit card world. And you receive 4x at both dining and also at grocery stores. And so, no wonder it's called the food card. Pretty much, if you eat out, that food is covered 4x. If you buy it at the grocery store, that food is covered 4x. Now, there is a few qualifiers to that. I think that the dining is up to maybe $50,000 a year. Well, not a lot of people spend more than $50,000 a year at restaurants unless you're maybe taking clients out to really, really expensive restaurants or something like that. And then when it comes to the grocery category, that's just in the United States. And here's the big one. It's only at grocery stores, not places that necessarily sell groceries. Things like Walmart and Target that are big superstores, or big box stores like Sam's Club or Costco. So it does have some limitations to those categories, which could influence whether it's worth the huge $325 annual fee. Now, before they changed this card several months back, it had a lower annual fee of $250, and you got $240 of that back in credits. They kept those credits, and then they added some more. So the credits on the card are you get $10 a month, so $120 a year in Uber or Uber Eats credits. Now, I will tell you, we've had this card for, I think, 3 years, and for the most part, except for maybe 1 or 2 months during that time, I've gotten that Uber credit every single time. Either we're traveling and we're using rideshare, or we're here in town and I eat out pretty much every day when I'm at my office. So I will just pull up the Uber Eats app and I'll order something around $10, go pick it up, bring it back to my office, and I get my $10 in value. So I kind of consider that credit, at least for me, to be worth the full $120 a year. Now, some would argue, well, you pay more for stuff. Yeah, I think on average it's about $1 more. So at least from my own research and the things that I've noticed in the app versus when I go into the restaurant normally. So maybe it's only worth $9. I don't know how I would figure that, but I'm getting the full $120. The second one is their dining credit, and it's got some specialized places like, I think it used to have Shake Shack, now it has Five Guys as a partner. So you go into Five Guys and you buy a $20 burger and fries and you get $10 off of that. I've used that once or twice, but I pretty much get this credit every time as well because I use it just like I use the Uber Eats app. I use the Grubhub app, which is also one of their partners, and you can get a $10 credit back to the card. Now, this is different than the Uber because the Uber, they put $10 in your Uber account and it just reduces that first. On this one, you actually pay for it with the card. They give you $10 back. So it, in essence, works out the same way. So I get that full $120 a year on that as well. So that comes out to $240 of the $325. Now, that's all that it had before when it had the $250 annual fee. But with the refresh, when they took it up to $325, then they also added a $7 a month Dunkin credit. Now, I've heard a lot of people complain about this either because they don't like Dunkin coffee or whatever it may be. Well, I don't drink a lot of coffee. I'm more of an energy drink guy, so I don't use it for that. And the only thing I really use this for is I buy a breakfast sandwich once a month. And it just so happens that there is a Dunkin less than a half a mile from my office. So that makes it really, really easy just to swing in there. So that comes out to $84 a year. And I've pretty much gotten that credit every single month since I've had it. So that one's a full credit as well. And then they added $100 a year broken up into the first 6 months and the second 6 months, $50 each, of what they call their Resi Credit. And how that works is that American Express owns the Resi platform. That's a platform you can use to make restaurant reservations, and it's usually at more upscale, nicer places. And there is only one Resi restaurant in my community, but it just so happens that is one of the restaurants we like to eat at, and I sometimes go to lunch there anyway. It's not far from my office. So that has been really easy to use. Now, since it's every single 6-month period and not every month, I go and I use it to take my wife out to dinner once every 6 months, something like that. So we've also gotten the full $100 at a restaurant we love to eat at. So for us, the credits have worked out pretty well. We've gotten back $424 a year in credits, and the annual fee is $325. So is it a good card? Well, as we said, the multipliers are amazing. They're 4x on both food when you dine out and also food at a traditional grocery store that codes as a grocery store. So what could be wrong with this card? It also has some 3x categories. It has 1x on everything else for American Express membership reward points, and those points are very valuable. I really treasure them. I use them all the time, and this card has a pretty good sign-up bonus most of the time. At the time I'm filming this video, it's 60,000 membership reward points for $6,000 in eligible spend in the first 6 months. Now, I do like that about American Express. A lot of their cards give you 6 months to hit the spend requirement and not just the 3 months that a lot of other issuers have. So all of that's pretty good. What's my estimation of this? Am I going to keep it or cancel it? Well, I've been pretty positive about this card. I get all my credits back and more. In essence, they kind of pay me to have it, but it does require some effort. I have to go through and have a spreadsheet to make sure I get all of those different credits back every month. And even though I evaluate this card fairly highly, I think my decision is we are going to cancel it. And you might say, well, why? You're getting all that back. Well, because those multipliers are pretty much useless to me. What I mean by that is that 4x is pretty amazing in this space at this time. There's not many other cards that give 4x on dining. But I have an old card that you can't apply for anymore called the Citi Prestige card, and that card gives me 5x on dining. So why would I go for 4x when I can get 5x? So that's the card that I always use on my dining purchases. And when it comes to groceries, we only shop for our groceries at Walmart. We have Walmart Plus through some of our other cards. They deliver it right to our house. We live kind of in a more remote place out of town, and it's the only place that'll deliver our groceries. And so they have good prices, they have lots of selection. So we just use a different card and shop at Walmart. So the gold card doesn't help us in that way whatsoever. So for us, the decision is going to be to cancel the card. However, should that be the decision for most people? I think that if you can get value out of those credits, and if you can use this card at your grocery store where you normally shop for groceries, then this card is a keeper card for most people. In fact, you're not going to be able to do better because, as I said, you can't get the Citi Prestige card anymore. I only have it because I'm grandfathered in. If I couldn't get that 5x on dining, I would keep this card just for the 4x multiplier and getting back all of those credits. But as it sits today, it's just kind of a lot of effort and work. I can get back more than it cost me, so the net annual fee isn't bad at all. In fact, they're paying me, but I got to go through trouble to do it. And so why not just pull down my total annual fees and just lean into the card that I use all the time anyway, which is my Citi Prestige card for my dining purchases. Well, that's kind of a basic overview of the American Express Gold card. I hope it's helpful for you. Even though it isn't working for me, I have kind of a niche case. And I think it probably does work if you can get those credits back and if you can make sure you use them every single time. Then I think this card works great for a lot of people and could potentially be a fantastic keeper card and be the food card for everybody. So I hope that's helpful for you today. Let me tell you a little bit about my channel membership. It's $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime, and it helps support the channel. It also provides you with great redemption videos. This channel is all about getting outsized value on business and first class. I talk about that on those members only videos and give examples of great redemptions. We also have early release videos and also just special member videos and a Discord channel for channel members. So consider that. There's a link down in the description below. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you here next time.